Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to look at this portulacaria afra cutting. It's actually a lilliput variety. I bought a bunch of these in just nursery pots. You know how portulacarias come, when you buy them at a garden center or something. I bought a couple cans of these last fall and potted up the cuttings. This one I added a little wire and added some movement to it and just kind of let it grow out over the winter. And so I thought today we'd take a look at it. Looks like the wire may be biting in a little bit, so we'll probably take this wire off. Not sure if we'll add new wire yet, but we'll take a look at it and maybe put it in a bigger pot because it's probably due. Looks like it has, definitely grown because it is biting into the wire, so it's probably, the trunk is probably, grown 50% or so in thickness. It was probably about the thickness of this chopstick when I potted it up, so it's grown quite a bit. So I thought today we would get it out, put it in a bigger pot, and then kind of look at the shape of it and see if we need to do some pruning, additional wiring, whatever. So first thing we'll do is get it out of the pot. I'll just put it, got this big plant saucer here that I dump my soil into so it doesn't get all over the place. We'll see what kind of roots we've got. Looks like it's filled up the pot nicely, so that's good. Get some of this old soil off. Let's see what we've got. Looks pretty good. I think I'll not really tease those roots too much, just so I can leave that root mass there to help keep it stable in the pot. Got this wire stuck down in the soil. I'll see if I can unwrap as much as I can, but then I might have to do some trimming once I get up to the top of the tree because I don't want to break a branch. But yeah, you can see it's definitely need to come off. It's biting into the trunk a little bit, but that'll eventually fill back in. Just gives it a little character. See if I can continue unwinding that without getting snagged on those upper branches. Might get a little more difficult here. I think I'm going to have to start trimming because I can't get in there enough to hold it stable. I don't know, we'll see if we can get it. Might have spoke too soon. See if we can get that off there. I think we will have to cut it in here because you can see that it's pretty delicate in through there, so I think I'm just gonna start snipping and then pull it off that way. Because I really don't, I like the movement in that branch, and I don't want to take a chance on snapping it and having to start over. So go ahead and cut that wire off. I think that does it there. Yeah. So you got a decent movement in that, in the trunk and everything, so that's good. Set that aside. And I'll use one of my plastic training pots here. It's got some good airflow drainage in the bottom. It's got little holes around the edges to put wire in if you want to wire the tree in. So that's nice. I think I will offset it something like that and Just kind of let it go back off to the right like that. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think I might go ahead and put a piece of wire in there to wire this tree in, because it will be going back outside. And you know, when they're growing inside during the winter, I'm not as too concerned about wiring them in, but when they're outside, and when they've got wind and all the critters, we've got squirrels and birds that like to do some exploring. So I just like to have the tree secure. So far this spring, I've seen just about everything. I'm seeing little lizards in them, which they don't do much damage. They just eat the bugs off the trees. But squirrels and birds, they tend to cause a little more destruction. So just add a little soil in here first, and we'll nestle the tree in. And then go ahead and get it tied in. I think just like that will work. And I'm probably going to have to get more wire on that to bring that branch a little farther forward, but we can get that done here in a minute. Get this wire a little bit tight here. And if you've not wired a tree in before, what I'm doing is I'm gently pulling out on it and then twisting. And what that does, it just really, adds a little more tension into the wire. And then as you pull, you twist it, and then it really cinches it down, so it gets it pretty tight in the pot. The reason I paused, I'm just kind of looking at this from this angle. I'm just wondering if this tree might lend itself to me more kind of going off this way and then coming back up top. So I might want to move the tree over and to this side of the pot and just kind of let this be the dominant part, and then have the apex up here. Huh. So I originally thought I liked this branch coming back down here, but I'm almost liking the way that looks, because I could get some pads developed over here. So I'd come up here, have some pads over here, and then kind of come back up over here this side and have the apex up here, and maybe have this branch coming down and create another shorter pad. But for that to work, I would need to move the tree over. So I think I might go ahead and do that. So yeah, a little bit change of plans, but that's fine. That's what's fun about, when you do these cuttings, you just kind of throw some wire on, add some movement, and let them grow. I think what I'll do is just turn this around and just kind of set it in this way like that. Yeah. But you just kind of let them grow, and then it's kind of fun to see what kind of shape you end up with and where you want to take the tree. So it's almost like one of those little grab bags where you just open it up and kind of see what you get. I don't know if they do those anymore, but when I was a kid, you go to the store and they would have these little bags that you would buy for $1 or something with no idea what was inside, and usually had some sort of little trinket in it. But it was a fun little discovery. Yeah, kind of like that. Raise this up a little bit, and I think we'll get a nice little shape there. It feels pretty tight, so maybe a little one more twist to make sure it's tight. And then cut that excess off. Tuck that down in there so it doesn't poke me later. And add a little bit more soil. Get it tucked up under there. Go ahead and fill it up. Just kind of spreading this around and tamping on it just to get it to settle in. Sometimes I'll tap the sides. Just helps it settle in around the roots. I'm trying to see if I can get this raised up a little bit. Let me see if I can tuck some soil up underneath the root ball here. Yeah, I think that'll work. Yeah. That was a good call on that. I think anyway. And I still think I'll use this for the front. And trim some of these branches out of the way. I don't like this one coming back across the front, so let's take that back in a little bit. Take some height off of this one. Bring this back. Bring these back here. Bring that back even a little bit more. This vertical one, we'll take that off. Probably need to get some wire on that to bring it back a little bit. So we'll do that. Yep. See what we got going on back here. So this little branch here is facing down, so we'll remove that. And we've got this little shoot coming off the front. Can get rid of that. Take this one back a little more. And I think once I move this one back over here, and maybe bring that one down, just take some length off of these. Take this height down a little bit more. This back branch, bring that back in. This one too. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. this little guy coming down. Get rid of those. So now we need to, and actually, I don't know, because once I bend this branch down here, I'm not sure if I need the one right above it, unless I take it and move it farther back and then bring this one around, because I can't have both of them. I could probably shorten this one and just have it point towards the back. Yeah, I think I'll take that down. This may be a two-stage project. I'm not sure if I'll get all this wired in today, but just trying to decide what I want to do. I definitely want to bring this branch out this way, and I need to do something here. Just trying to decide which branch I want to get rid of. If I want to get rid of this one and keep this one, then I could bring it down. Or, because I have this back branch here, two back branches actually back here, so this would, if I got rid of this, we would have this space filled in here, and then bring this one down just a bit. Just trying to think what that would look like. I think that might work, because they're both still kind of on the outside bend of that, and I think they would work. Because if you look, this one's actually kind of pointing towards the front, which isn't ideal. So it would have a goofy bend, kind of bending it back around to the right, and this one's already pointing to the right. So I think we might get rid of this branch here. Yeah, I think we will. Even though I don't really like my first branch being the back branch, but I think in this case it might work, because it almost looks like a side branch. Since I have two, it's really one branch, but part of it comes out this way and part of it comes out this way, which I'm probably going to keep both. So yeah, I think I'll get rid of this, and this can actually act maybe as a low branch there. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and shorten this back one up. See what that's looking like. I think we'll even go shorter. Try that. Yeah, I think that's much better. Then I can take this one down a little bit and then bend this one over. I think I'll try to see if this piece of wire that I took off would be long enough. I think that's going to be a little bit too short, so let's go ahead and cut a new piece. Just going to measure it out roughly and make it a little bit longer, since you lose some length when you start twisting it. So we'll go there. I think we'll start here, go make one spin around to get it anchored, and then take this one up to that top branch, and this one taking care of this other branch. And I'm going to be wrapping these pretty loose. These branches are pretty thin. Actually, this wire is a little bit too thick for what I need, but it'll still work. Like I said, I'm actually bending it really loose around there so I don't damage the branch. And this one up here. As long as I get the job done, I'm not too concerned with how the wire looks at this point. I don't stress out over things like that on how the wire looks, as long as it gets the job done. See if I can get that up over the top so I can bring that down. There we go. All right, so that's already looking good. Oh, it's going down there. And this one, bring that down to that side. Actually, I want to bring this up a little bit and then give it more of a swoop down. Let's see if I can wrap this one more time over here so I can bring the end back up. Because what I try to do, since I have movement in the trunk, I try to kind of repeat that movement in the branches. So whether that's up and down or kind of side to side. In this case, I'm going to go up and down. Just give it a little bit of kind of swoop there. I think we need to take a little bit more length off of it. So we'll do that. We'll leave this length over there for now. Take some of this off. Yeah, I think that turned out okay. And I like that, given that depth back there. Could bring that down, but I think it's fine like that for now. Actually, I think I'll take that back. Yeah. Let that branch up here be the show, and then have this be back here just for depth. And let that fill in a little bit so we can get kind of a rounded top on it and kind of go after that dome or triangle shape over here. So yeah, I think it's a good start from a cutting about 6 months ago to start of a nice little tree here. So pretty happy with that. I think we'll leave that one just like that, and again, excuse the sloppy wiring, but like I said, as long as it gets the job done on these early development trees, I'm not too concerned with it. So maybe take this back a little bit just to keep it in shape so it all grows out the same. Yeah, I like that. So I think we'll leave it like that for today. We'll give you a spin around so you can take a look at all sides of it. So there's the front, left side, the back, right side, and back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.